We changed the lights. Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Gut Protocol. I've got a little unboxing and probably going to talk about Bloodwork. But first, let's make some breakfast.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel...
Okay, breakfast is ready. Let's go eat. Because I'm starving. Okay, breakfast has been eaten. We watched a little bit of the Real Madrid game. Now we gotta go to the store and pick up a couple items that are not grocery related. AKA, I need mascara. So this might call for a Target trip. We'll see.
I'll make you have some regret. And no, I never forget. So now you have a few debts. That shit, it needs to be paid with blood or some sort of pain. You caused a permanent stain, which has determined your fate. I've never seen so clear. I feel the end and it's near. The day of reckoning's here. The sound of deafening fear.
Am I in my kitchen? Absolutely. Does it have the best light? Absolutely, because it's 12:30. Did I only get one item at Target? While typically I would tell you all the fun, exciting things that I got from Target, the thing that you need to know is no, I did not just go in there for mascara. I got 2 different mascaras, but that's not what this video is about. I'm literally about to do an unboxing in the next clip, and the Bloodwork results take up enough of the time in this video. So let's get back to the main event. Anyway, let's go do the real unboxing of what I got yesterday. Come with me. That's what came. Ghost dropped a TMNT V2 this year. And it happened April 26th. 2 days later. Literally ordered it at drop. 2 days later at 5 o'clock, 5:30 that Friday at my doorstep. This is a new product. This is the Ghost Burn. And it's called Shredder. It's the TMNT Shredder. This is their thermogenic, but this is not the non-stem. So there's 150 grams of caffeine in it. Unfortunately, everything that I show you, I still cannot have yet because of the gut protocol. That's okay. These are some of my favorite flavors. Actually, this is a new flavor. It's like a blackberry lemonade. So I don't know if this is a favorite, but we got it to try it. It also comes with the Ghost Shredder Shaker. So we'll try this when I can. I'll do a taster, so you know. But for now, this is just going to be a... Can't wait till I try it. There we go. This wasn't a part of that drop, but this is the Greens iced tea lemonade. I've really wanted to try this for nearly a year, and it came out on Earth Day, or came out in time for Earth Day, which was literally 4 days before the TMNT drop. So I just waited. I got it at the same time. That's fun. Again, can't try this. Even though it's a green, can't do it. So we'll do a taste tester of this as well later. You've seen the video of me in the orange Ghost hoodie. That is a part of the TMNT drop. That's Michelangelo. Well, I got the t-shirt. I did get a large this time because the last turtle drop I got a medium, which is great. I can wear the medium, but I like... This is an oversized tee. And it's literally oversized. This tee is from Dark Sports. It is a part of their Batman collection that they did. This is Catwoman. This is one of the softest shirts I have ever worn in my life. It is oversized. It's a large, but like the neck still actually, it doesn't look big. Anyway, that's not what this is about. Nice. And it's got the TMNT in the back. Super stoked to try this. It smells like it just came right off the press. Ooh. I do not miss that smell. Ooh. I used to work for Drum Corps and did merchandising and pressing. Like that's exactly what that smells. Anyway. Okay. But then the last most important item. It's the Turtles pizza box. Yeah. My hair's a mess. But inside the Turtle pizza box are the 4 items that dropped in Turtle Ooze. And the rain has began again. Anyway, so Turtle Ooze is like the green Hawaiian fruit punch flavor. Green Hawaiian, yeah. That's what it tastes like. So in this, each one of them is after a turtle. So we have the regular gamer, which I tend to use anyway of the Turtle Ooze because it has 75 milligrams of caffeine. Yes, gamer. And then I will stack it with the pump because there is no caffeine in this. So this is the, ooh. This is the perfect stack. Unless you don't want any caffeine at all. And then they made, come on, Gamer Non-Stim. You see that right there? There's no caffeine in this. So you don't want caffeine, bam. Perfect workout. Again, all Turtle Ooze. The last product is the actual pre-workout, which is called Legend. And this is the newest edition. It's called All Out. Because 1 scoop of this bad boy has 400 milligrams of caffeine. So when I take this, I will only be doing half a scoop. But this is the TMNT V2 drop. Literally my most anticipated, super stoked drop of the year from Ghost. Ghost has done so many collabs, but this has been my favorite 2 years in a row. I just can't. And they dropped it damn near the same day. It just... But yeah. That's unboxing. If you see me in my Ninja Turtle shirt tomorrow, I don't want to hear nothing. It is the next day, and it is now time to start meal prep. Okay guys, I really thought this would be really easy just to explain what my results were when it came to my blood work, just because this is not something that we are focusing on at this current point in time. I'm going to try my damnedest to leave filler words out. It is just a part of my nature as my brain tries to catch up with my thought process. While I am explaining my blood work, you're going to watch Chris and I in action as we meal prep. Now, I'm not just meal prepping my food. The thing that he just put on the refrigerator is actually a recipe we use a certain individual to kind of get meal prep ideas for him. He can make it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It kind of takes the guesswork out of everything. And we've been lucky enough that he has actually enjoyed the food so far. So we kind of put all this into work up until this point. It's been me cutting things and him just kind of following directions. Sometimes we do change that up a little bit. Our kitchen is pretty small on counter space, so we have to be very careful on what we do. This is the fun part though. This is how I know that my mentality is where it needs to be, because I'm able to handle these foods that I'm not able to have right now while in this protocol. And I don't have a problem with it. It's not like I want to snack on it or taste it if it's really hard to cook and you can't taste the food that you're cooking. So you have to rely on somebody else's taste buds. But you know what? At the end of the day, he is the one eating the food, so if he's okay with it, by all means, he's good with it. All right, let's jump into our results. Now, if you think about it, this happened it happened March 8th. In the morning, I was still in a fasted state. This is before any of this protocol got put into place. Please keep that in mind. I'm actually going to put my results on the screen. Not that it's okay if you don't know what any of this is. 90% of the time, I don't know what it is. The good thing about it is Dan tells me a lot of what's going on, which is great. So some of the notables that I did taking into consideration here, it's kind of funny watching our interactions in the kitchen just because our kitchen's so small. Anyway, looking at glucose levels first, 70 to 95 is okay. You can see that I'm sitting at 91, so we're going to work on lowering that glucose level. My A1C is in the mid-range at, let's see, we kind of jumped all over the place when we were looking at this stuff because it's not necessarily like all together on the sheet. So if you don't see it right now, you will see it as I flash through. There are 4 pages of results. So my A1C is a 5.2, which is average. 4.8 to a 5.6 for women. We're doing okay. We are going to attempt to lower that as well. Again, later date. My insulin levels, which we're going to improve the insulin levels just with training. You have to understand that right now my training is very, very minimal. And there's nothing I can really do about it just because of the stress that I am putting my body on right now. We have to keep my training lower and steps lower. Like, I'm not doing 10,000 steps a day. I'm doing at most I'm doing 8,000. Now, there have been a couple of days that I've done maybe over 8,000, 9,000, but that's about it. And that's monitored every week, and we can adjust as that happens. So right now my insulin level is at a 15.6. Generally speaking, for healthy in the training sense, for what I am looking at is less than a 7, and if I'm training heavy, it's going to be less than a 5. So again, that will improve whenever things start to change. Looking at the functions of my kidneys are doing well. At the time of this testing, my mineral levels and excuse me, what the heck is happening to my voice? My electrolytes were showing good levels, so meaning that I'm not dehydrated, which is great. Something that you will see happen a lot throughout this blood work is I am showing signs of inflammation. So my albumin, if I said that correctly, that is high, and like the average for my age group as a female is 3.8 to 4.8. Again, once we get the stress down, and it's not going to happen during this particular protocol just because of the stress naturally that's happening, and that's okay. Outside of that, the liver's doing well, muscle recovery is really good. My iron levels, it says 120, doing really well, but there's also a new test on here, and I know this is going to be on page 4, but this is ferritin levels. So my ferritin levels are pretty high considering the time of the month. I did do this during the optimal time for a female, which was 7 days before my active period. So what this is showing with the ferritin is that my body is doing great at storing iron, which is kind of incredible. Anyway, when it comes to cholesterol, I don't know family history as it pertains to cholesterol, so we're just kind of going by the results that we have now. Again, when I do blood work again, we will see where that has changed. But right now, cholesterol is a little high, so we're gonna watch that. Again, that can be from inflammation. On to the next page, my white blood count is a little higher than what Dan would like to see. He wants to see it between a 4 and 5. He was joking, saying that I needed to give a pint of blood, which is fine. I just haven't been in the state to give a pint of blood yet. I may do that before I get my next blood round done, but that's later down the road. We're gonna do this. Let's see. When it pertains to the heart, I gotta find this, and I'm probably not. Here we go. The C-reactive protein cardiac. The result was a 2.98. So right there on the reference interval level. He wants that to be lower than a 1. Again, this could all be because of inflammation and stress. That's what we're going to work on. B12 levels, they're okay. Ideally is 800 to 1,000. Of course, you have to think about, we're not just dealing with a healthy individual. I want to be optimal, okay? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right, and I want to be optimal. So this is what I'm striving for. This is not for you to look at your blood work and be like, oh, she said. No, that's not what this is for. This is for my body, what I want it to be optimally to work, the way that I need it to work, to be the best that I can be, and to be in the best physique that I can be in. And I'm not talking about like shredded, because no. Anyway, that's besides the point. My folate's okay, so you'll see when it comes to the next page here that my free testosterone levels are high. they're almost double the top end of what females should be at. So it's really showing that my free to total ratio is way off. It doesn't really make a lot of sense right now that I'm producing a lot of testosterone, so that will be something that we look at further, because if that is not, my estrogen levels, my estradiol levels as well are okay. So it's not like my body's not taking the free testosterone that it's naturally making and not putting it into estrogen like it's supposed to. Everything is actually kind of high except my progesterone, which is low, but my estrogen's a little high, so I am estrogen dominant. Again, we will figure this all out when inflammation has really gone down. My DHEA is okay, not optimal, but it's okay. We'll work on that. My cortisol levels, actually pretty good. My thyroid levels, they're really good. They're almost running optimal, which is kind of crazy. Like about the majority of the world, I would say, that don't take that to church and praise on it. But, you know, most of us are vitamin D deficient. I am, so we will make sure that that is supped out. But for now, this is a very quick overview of what you've seen on the screen. This is a very, very quick overview of my blood work, and this will be another step in the right direction when we get into phase 2 and dealing with hormones and all that jazz. For now, enjoy watching the last little bit of what I actually recorded that day. All right. Well, guys, I think that is going to be all for this episode of the Gut Protocol series. I'm going to refill my tackle box with supplements. I have already had to order new supplements because we are coming into the 4th week right now, and I will need supplements for week 5. So I am going to finish cooking. It has literally taken all day, but we cook for all week. So the sacrifices of taking one day, I think is worth it. That's just me. So I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna finish packing the last little bit. I'm just waiting on the last batch of chicken, and I'm gonna go shower, use that sugar scrub that I got yesterday at Target, and let's look forward to a good week. I hope that you have a wonderful day, week, weekend, whenever you see this. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. Until next time, peace.